Biweekly Leetcode Contest starts now. And where are the problems? Here. I will stop talking now in order to focus more. Wish me good luck. Coming from the future here. I will say a little bit about problems, but they were quite boring. And also I will talk about the previous month, April 30-day Leetcode contest, what are my thoughts after the whole thing is over, and about doing videos daily. Here in this Leetcode short contest, the first problem is just for every element in the array to say if we increase it by some value, would it become the biggest element in the array? Something quite easy. You will notice here that during a contest I often switched between problems. When I hit run code on one problem, I didn't wait for a result, I jumped to another problem. This is what happened just now. And second problem is, given a number, you are allowed to say all occurrences of digit 4, change them to digit 7 or something like that. You need to choose what you want to replace by what. And apparently statement asked, among all the numbers we can get, what is the biggest possible difference between some two of them? I misunderstood that because the statement, in my opinion, is quite badly written. And I thought that we first applied this operation and then apply it again on a new number. So I wasted a lot of time on this problem and thus didn't win the contest. You will see at the very end how close I was to winning. You can even jump now to the end if you don't want to watch the whole thing and see that it was about seconds. The first problem was accepted. Nothing interesting. Now I'm spending some time on second one. And regarding the April 30-day challenge, I think it had 3 functions or 3 ways how people got something from it. One is that it shows how to approach problems from scratch, and very related to that, it shows me making mistakes and debugging and trying to understand what is wrong, which is unique. And if I instead make some lectures, well-prepared videos of problems I thought for hours in advance, you will never see that. And also, there is one other function of, during a contest, a day after the problem is posted, you could go to my channel and see a solution. So it improved the experience for people who participated in that Leetcode contest. The thing is, if I do more of that, the first 2 points, they don't hold anymore, because you already saw me struggling, making mistakes, debugging, approaching a problem from scratch. So it's only, if I continued this for my challenge, it would only be to help people who participate in that contest. Instead, I prefer now to do single videos, single problems. That was about my why I will not continue with that, and I will not repeat that, at least in the near future. But I think people enjoyed that, and that is very cool. The viewership dropped a bit later, but this is what you should expect from a series. Maybe I should comment a little bit about what happens on a screen. I created a function recursive to iterate over first digit, new digit. I will say all occurrences of first one replace with the second one, and then you will have some new string. I decided to go with strings, not ints, because in a string it's easier to understand what digit is where. And I just used, when needed, a function to change string to int or int to string. Back to April thing. As I said, I don't need more of this, and now single videos, some competitive programming, lectures on graphs and other, maybe also harder topics. I remember one thing that I wanted to do in that month, to understand how thumbnails work and if they are important or not. Also to experiment, to understand if video duration is important, stuff like that. I did some statistics. In a moment we will post this video for 1 minute to see the statistics. I just quickly made them in Excel, but we'll sit more with them later. But biggest factor was a day, like later day in a month, fewer views I would get. Nothing amazing or surprising, but for example, there were some outliers. There was one very hard problem and it was 45 minutes instead of usual 10 or something, and it did much better than other videos around that day. And I planned to choose like 5 random days to ask for likes at the beginning of the video, to say, hey guys, I'm trying something, I'm experimenting in this video, can you please hit a like? And to compare those videos, how well those videos do against other videos. But I forgot about that, and it's a pity. I should have done that, and then I would know if really asking for likes matters on YouTube or not. This was amazing opportunity for that, because I have 30 quite similar videos, and I can do some A/B testing. It's a wasted opportunity. Now we see problem C, where we want to say, given two strings of the same length, can you reorder characters in both such that ith character of first string is greater than ith character of the second string, like lexicographically. A is smallest, then B, C, and so on. Then I just guessed that it's about sorting both strings, but the proof wouldn't be that easy. Just maybe if you experiment a little bit with sample tests, you would realize that. You will see me a lot of time. You will see past Kamil to spend a lot of time on second problem, sadly. The one about max difference, where there's number 555 in the input. And again, I'm jumping between problems. Now here testing the third one with second sample test. And now get back to the second problem again. Modify something because there was compilation error. If problems are easy, it doesn't hurt me that bad to switch between problems. But if something was harder, I wouldn't do that, because you waste some seconds of, context switching in your brain. To be honest, I realized that everything here would be easy, and the matter of winning might be seconds, and then you shouldn't really wait for a verdict. I wonder what I think about all those 30 videos, if they are an important thing on my channel. For sure, they helped me to grow my channel a lot, like from maybe 80,000 subscribers to around 110,000. And it was quite easy content to make, because every day I would sit down for 15 minutes of recording, maybe also then an hour at most of editing plus uploading, thumbnail, description. I would say more than an hour, but it was inconvenient. Some days I didn't have time for that, though it was like a get rich quick scheme or something like that. Maybe not rich, but rich in subscribers. A good way to boost your channel, but not a long run thing, because I don't want my channel to be just videos like that. The quality content is something I prepare for a long time. And then most of the time it would be a lecture on something like binary search or dynamic programming. If you haven't, then check out those videos. I have them somewhere on my channel and their playlist as well. Also, this April thing is in a playlist, and there is a GitHub repository with all 30 codes. If you want to check anything or copy, experiment a little bit, test something, feel free to do that. What are we seeing on the screen? Some very standard dynamic programming problem on bit masks. I find it quite stupid to include them in Leetcode competition, because it's about knowing that technique, and it shouldn't appear in a coding interview. Generally, I'm not sure if I like contests on Leetcode. Coding interview problems should be something with follow-ups, sometimes strange complexity required, and they often don't work well for a contest, format, in a contest format. Sometimes they would say in the statement, a follow-up, try to do it in O of one space, but really it isn't checked in the Leetcode. So during a contest, if you want to do well, you shouldn't care about that at all. And Leetcode supports various languages. Because of that, sometimes limits are bad, and in C++ a brute force would work. I think it happened to me once that limits were up to 10,000, so I just implemented quadratic solution, even though nlogn was possible. So let's quickly pause this and see some of the statistics. I didn't spend too much time on them. but I created just some table with duration in seconds of every video views after 5 days. Some of them I needed to estimate. Yeah, and I made some charts, like let's take a better look at them. This is day versus the number of views in red and the number of views after 5 days. And well, you should expect such a downside slope. I think in next slide it's better to see something. So what, first two videos did very well, then after 2 weeks, I think day 15 and 16 and 17 are better than previous ones, so that was interesting. Actually, days 15 and 16, they are quite longer, also harder problems, and they don't have custom thumbnails. This is maybe important. And then red arrow shows day with 45-minute video where I struggled a lot. It was LRU cache. What else do we have? This is correlation between duration in seconds on x-axis and y is the number of views, maybe after 5 days, I don't remember. This doesn't make a lot of sense, there is no correlation, but what I should do is I should kind of remove the influence of a day. I should, for example, take some line like this thing, subtract from those views, and then see how duration makes a day different than a trend. That should be more important. Is there anything more here I wanted to say? Yeah, most of the time there was a lot of views in first day or two, and then nothing much more later, because why would somebody get back to 5 days ago? It made sense that if somebody discovers my channel, they will not watch that video from 5 days ago, so I'm not surprised by this statistic. And there's also audience retention. It's very common that it would be around, what here, 40% through most of the video. Then I would finish some topic and then would be a move down. And there's GitHub repository, link in the description to all the codes. You can open any, read that. Most of them are in C++. And finally, there is playlist, along with like Google Code Jam playlists or Algo lectures, DP lectures. And here we have my 30 videos. There was a different style for every week for thumbnails, just not to make them all look the same, and I'm quite happy about that, because now in videos it's not that everything is just black and not distinguishable, but still it creates a series. I need to also make 2 thumbnails for those two, and maybe those two to, you know, finish it, to cure anybody's OCD. By the way, check out William Lin channel for a speedrun of all 30 problems.
I'll keep track of a sum.
Back to this thing for int who in input for this DP problem was quite strange, so you would need to convert that a little bit. I'm not even going to explain the solution, because this is about knowing dynamic programming on bitmasks. You should start with watching my DP lectures, and then you should Google something for DP on bitmasks. I also have bitwise operations lecture, but not DP on bitmasks. I wonder if I became any better because of this 30-day thing. Maybe I got a little bit used to Leetcode problems. It's not that I'm better now with competitive programming in general, because almost everything there was easy. I can a little better do things with queues or pointers. Normally I don't use them in, for example, Codeforces contest, while here I needed to. But even if I needed to go for a tree, it was to just do a single DFS or some simple DP. I can't say that I enjoyed this thing a lot. It was quite boring, to be honest, but still provided some value to viewers, and this is what matters. If you want to see me to talk maybe more about that or ask some questions, look out on twitch.tv/Errichto for the next boring stream. Boring programming stream is something where it's not that I'm just solving problems or I'm very busy. I talk with audience more. So maybe either in the comments below this video or there during a stream, ask me some questions about that. But for general ones like how old am I, there are frequently asked questions in the description, by the way. it is there the whole time, even though, and people anyway ask a lot of questions in the comments like that. The most often one, I think, is, why don't you work for Google? Or do you work for Google? No, I don't. Past Camel still is struggling with the second problem, one about 555, and Past Camel find out that it was about a local variable. I overwrote answer to be a local variable in main, and I always returned 0 no matter what happened above. A good compiler would warn me, hey, you have overshadowed variables. Now I got answer 88 instead of 82000 for example number 3, and it is because the statement is different than what I think, than what I thought. I'm now looking, I remember that I looked for a long time just to understand what they mean. I was sure that my program does what I want it to do, and I tried to analyze how I should get this answer. It was quite annoying. During a code forces round, I would ask a question. I don't even know how to do that during Leetcode Contest, and before I would be asked, I would already lose a competition for sure. So it was about quickly guessing what they mean. And now I spent a valuable minute or so looking at the statement and just trying to guess. Because my code did what I wanted. I look at this input, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, example number 3, and in my opinion the answer should be 8, 8 and zeros. And is that a point? I believe this is a point where all other problems are solved, or maybe I'm still solving the last one with DP. But there's no point in switching once every 10 seconds or something. Now I have something. It's not that I hit run code, wait for it to run, and so then I should switch to another problem. Yeah, I'm here trying something randomish. Maybe I thought that maybe I should say after one operation a number minus number after two operations instead of absolute difference. I got answer 0 in the last problem because why is that? Oh yeah, because the new array should become previous array plus new transitions. Quickly I get a lot of zeros in the array. Again, nothing interesting to describe over here. I think I will leave you now with Past Camel. If you don't want to just look at code, then skip a few minutes, 2 minutes 20 or so in the video, 2 minutes before the end, to look what happens at the end, final leaderboard, stuff like that. You can see me here testing the biggest test. If answer is 111, it's time to submit. I scrolled up to see the answer, just thought, is modulo okay? I remember checking if modulo is okay, and then move to that second annoying problem to still keep guessing about the statement. Not that fun. It turned out at the end that problem I solved, I thought it is quite it's a bit complicated than what it really was. But that's what happens from time to time. You need to be ready that statements are not always clear, and that's true for both for competitive programming and coding interviews. It's good though if you can ask questions. And this is true for coding interviews. I wonder why I refreshed the page. Oh, to see my face covers that, to see the number of accepted submissions, to realize if it's a hard problem or not, if people fail it a lot or not. Sorry that my face covers those statistics in top right, but it was like total accepted 200 users, user tried 500 or something. From this I knew that it's my fault. People and other people understand what is happening. Okay, future Camille out. See ya. I think I'm done. I don't think I won. I was too slow and problems were quite easy. But let's see. More. Seems that I'm second by 7 seconds. Come on. And I find it a bit unfair because the statement of which problem? Third one was very bad. Very bad. No, second one. Took me a lot of time. So I'm second by 7 seconds. What was that problem? Oh yeah, I thought that we apply a operation first time, then second time, and I care about this difference between first and 2 times. And turns out no, like from first number we go to create one number, then we get back, we create some other number, and we care about the difference between those two. Yeah, what were my times? In 15 minutes I did everything, then I understood the problem. People took a lot of time here, that was my hope. Oh, well, if it, I feel a bit sad, I'm again second instead of first in the contest. But well, wasn't that bad, right? I think I shouldn't complain that much. Hope we enjoyed this, and I hope that future Kamil added some interesting commentary, maybe also with summary of this April thing on Leetcode. I see you in a few days now in some competitive programming videos this time. For now, enough of Leetcode. See you next time. Bye.